Hello, folks. I'm back still. Back and forth, back and forth. As you can see, I'm working here on the distributor. So I decided to delve into my charts that came with the fire core. And then I decided to delve into the Mopar Performance Manual. I don't know if there's an edition on this one. There's the part number. 8th edition. There it is right there. But this gives you your procedure for dealing with this. And page 680, down here in ignition tuning for maximum performance. So I got that close enough where you can read these directions if you like. You know, pause the video and read that. And then I'll give you some here. We'll pause the video and read this if you like, if you don't have one of these manuals. So just a housekeeping note, I did get the rotor off. I mentioned in my other video it was super hard. I just kind of grabbed it good and tugged it. It was on tight. It came off though. So, you know, before I get into really talking about this, they sent all these springs with the fire core distributor. Great. I mean, I got 2 oranges and a couple of these things and a brown, like a purple one. I think these are brown. Heavy blues, light blues. These guys were in it when I first got it. I kind of damaged this one a little bit, yanking it out, because I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. A couple gray ones, a couple pink ones. Well, that's not what's listed here on these guys. You got blue and silver and 1 black and 1 silver. There's extra ones that I don't know what the hell they are. These are all FBO springs from by MSD, but those are all seem pretty heavy. So anyway, it's kind of annoying that I have all these, but I don't know what I can do with them. I mean, I guess you got to just fiddle around on your own, but that doesn't help you much. So I got to put this guy in, silver one, because I changed and did it wrong, and because I thought I was going to go with this chart, but I meant to go with, this is the one I need. So, and ironically, I did have this in with the black one, and then I put the blue one in and then said, shit. Anyway, so let's get into the nitty gritty here. According to the Mopar Performance Manual, you want to, so first, we can just read it. Set the basic timing for mechanical spark advance. Disconnect and plug the vacuum hose. Connect the timing light. Loosen the distributor, obviously. Start the engine, warm it up fully. Set the idle speed to 2600. Set the timing at 32. Tighten her back down. Reduce the idle. Okay, then it tells you to drive it down the highway at a speed between 2,000 and 4,000. Right, so this is important because my cruise at about 60, I guess we're going to use as an arbitrary number, about 60. That's where I like to cruise. Car feels good there. I think I run about 2,900 RPM. Let's route it to 3,000 or so. That is important because that you need to take a vacuum reading. Have your buddy in the car with the gauge. You're at 60, take a vacuum reading. Yeah, stop the vehicle, come back home, stop the vehicle, put the timing light back on it. Use a mighty vac. Okay, speed up the curb to 2,600. And then connect it to the vacuum mighty vac and draw it up and note that reading. Okay, now you can read on this beside. If I make a mistake, you can just read it. So you pull it up with a mighty vac when you're at 2,600 RPM to the reading you took cruising down the road. Okay, and then if it's not that, you use the vacuum pod until you can get 52 degrees at that vacuum reading. Now you reach in there with the Allen wrench and you turn it counterclockwise to increase the amount, right? Or clockwise to decrease it until we get to 52 degrees at your vacuum reading at 60 miles an hour. Okay, but you set the curb idle at that point at 2,600 RPM. Okay, you keep doing it until you get it, and apparently that's purple. Right? That's purple. That's perfect, apparently, to compare to this book. So I'm going to test that eventually. And so using these directions and using this chart and the springs that came with it, these two guys here are closest. Now, I already did the figuring out work over a couple days of staring at this thing for you. I'm trying to get the shadow off that, but it's not easy, so you're going to have to bear with it. So, staring at this, I learned a couple things. If you use super light springs, apparently it'll allow your mechanical advance to go farther than when you use a heavier spring. So see, this is like 18 degrees total, and this is 25 degrees total. So obviously the lighter springs let it keep going farther. So we're not going to really worry about any of that though, because I have this limited to 10 degrees total on the mechanical side. So with that being said, we'll take this guy and stick it right at 10 degrees. Okay. So this is the curve you get with a mechanical advance. So I got some lines here drawn in. This dot is 2600 RPM. That's about 7 degrees. Okay, the cruise RPM is this line I drew in right here. That'll be what the mechanical's fully putting in at cruise speed. Okay, it's about 9 degrees. It'll have to go a little beyond that to make full. But that's okay, because there'll be vacuum working there. So this will give me roughly 7. I know my initial is always about 24 or 25. And then I'll have 7 at the 2600 point. Okay. That'll give me 31 total, which is really close to this 32 they're looking for here. Right? So I can just sneak this up to 25 degrees and it'll give me my 32. I don't think the car will have a problem starting at 25. It's only 1 degree more. So as you see, 7 degrees of mechanical timing at 2900. Is that at 2900? 2900 is my cruise speed. I think I wrote that down wrong. So it'll be about 7 degrees at the 2600, 60 miles an hour. So I'm really close if I use this spring setup to what the Mopar Performance book says here. So then all I got to do is set it up, run it in the car, and take that vacuum reading and come back and do it. And then we're going to see what it's like. I don't know when I'll get that project done, because frankly, I've been using up all my money working on this project for summer, and I still got a bunch of shit to do with the kids this beginning of August and stuff, so this project's kind of petering out. Plus, I'm getting tired of working on it, so I might take some time off, and I burned up pretty much the whole year doing the project here. So anyway, I hope that rant I just did kind of might clear this up for some people on how this works and how Mopar Performance is telling you to do it, how to use the curve chart, how to dictate what you have on the chart, figure it out, get as close as you can here, and then translate it to the car. So I hope I might help some people that might have a problem understanding that. I know I kind of ramble on and I drift around with my mind. I do all these videos freehand with no notes or anything to stick to a script. So if you stuck with it, cool. Maybe it'll help you. Take it easy.